Magandang araw sa inyo. I am Freddy Fares, your interviewer for this segment of Prangkahan Tayo. Brutal kung brutal, walang paikot-ikot. Ngayong araw po ang ating pong panauhin or resource person has been in government service for quite some time. And ang kanya pong tungkulin ngayon ay very timely kasi it's gonna put them in the limelight beginning late this year and up to next year. So sila po ang ahensya na nakafocus na naman tayo at mangangailangan tayo ng maraming impormasyon sa kanila. I'm referring to none other than the COMELEC, no? So nandito po tayo sa COMELEC car at ang ating pong kakausapin po, interviewin is Director Julius Torres, the Regional Director of the COMELEC car. Magandang araw, Director Torres. Maraming salamat po.
At saka sa mga nanonood.
Opo. Siguro po, Director, a little backgrounder. Ganong katagal na po kayo sa COMELEC or prior to COMELEC, saan po kayo nag-umpisa?
Well, sa COMELEC, 15 years, no? I've been in COMELEC for 15 years. So, although I started as an instructor in SLU, St. Louis University, after that is diretso na more than 15 years na ako sa COMELEC.
When did you pass the bar? You are a lawyer, so when did you pass the bar?
1999, ano?
99.
Passed the bar in 1999. So, the batch where yung UC top made it to number 1, Janet Abwell.
Yeah, I remember
so,
that.
Yun yung batch namin actually.
Okay.
So,
then you started dito sa COMELEC as what?
I started as election officer back in 1999, ano? And then I worked my way up until I reached regional director.
When did you become RD?
2009.
2009, katagalan na rin po. So your term, alam ko, mas bata-bata pa naman kayo. So matagal pa kayo bago mag-retire, no?
Sana.
Or baka maging commissioner pa kayo.
Hindi na siguro. Medyo hindi na natin iisip yun.
Masyadong modest naman yung predecessor nyo rito naman. Nakita naman natin siya, naging commissioner
he became
siya.
commissioner,
Yeah.
so good for him. Ano?
Anyway, Director Torres, it's gonna be an election year next year. Give us an idea, kailan ang start ng registration, local candidates, national? When will we know sino mga tatakbo?
Registration, we have been conducting registration since 2014. Ano? June of 2014, nag-resume na tayo ng registration natin.
For
so,
candidates?
No, for our registered voters.
Registered
we start
voters,
with the registered voters. So, tuloy-tuloy yan hanggang October 31. This October 31. So, yun yung talagang yung focus ng efforts ng ating field offices is really on registration. And also yung ating validation. Because yun nga, ginawa na kasing batas ngayon na pag walang biometrics yung botante, hindi makakaboto. Ano? So, it's very...
Where are we now? Marami bang nagko-comply sa biometrics?
Marami naman. Ano? Although, I would admit na marami pa rin namin kailangan... marami pa rin tayong kailangang habulin. Ano? Because lagi din natin ina-emphasize sa mga botante na kahit nakarehistro sila pero wala silang biometrics, ibig sabihin walang picture o walang fingerprint, walang signature, hindi sila mapapayagang bumoto.
When is the deadline for
It's October 31 also. So sabay-sabay yan. And we are anticipating by September, October is usual na
you would hit how many percent? Or rather, going back 2013, ilan po ang registered voters natin? For Baguio alone?
For Baguio, I cannot remember na yung exact figures, but I think we are about 800 for the entire region kasi is more or less 840,000 more or less. Right now we are on about 876, I think, ano?
Okay.
And then
what percent na po doon ang nag-register?
Hindi, nakarehistro na yan.
Nakarehistro na yan, yeah. But I mean, nagba-biometrics.
Sa figures natin,
still
about 100,000 more than 100,000 voters ang hindi pa nakukuha ng biometrics for the entire region.
Just 100,000?
Yes, about 100,000. And we are feeling kasi na pag hindi natin kasi makukunan ng biometrics to, hindi makakaboto yan. And that's a very big figure kung boboto
lahat. So Baguio, any idea? Percentages? Ano pa ang hindi nakana dyan? Kasi kakatakot isipin, baka maraming ma-displace, no?
Well, majority niyan is in Baguio, considering Baguio City has the biggest number of voters for the entire region, ano, in terms of area. So, majority niyan is with Baguio, but kung titingnan natin kasi nakikita naman natin yung efforts ng ating election officer na talagang kunin talaga sila kasi ayaw namin na ma-disenfranchise ang mga taong ito kasi
Okay.
hindi na sila papayagang
Exactly.
bumoto. Ano?
Yeah.
Although nakaboto sila noong 2013, pero kung wala silang biometrics for
Yeah.
2016, hindi sila makakaboto.
Registration for candidates, when is the last day?
Well, hindi pa na isi-set yung
Okay.
date nung
This is for local candidates, no?
filing
Councilors,
candidacies.
mayor.
Actually, kung yan, sabay-sabay yan.
Okay.
Mauuna lang ng couple of days yung para sa national.
Any idea, more or less? Kung
Usually yan is usually is about October.
About
no?
October.
Usually
Okay.
about 10 days, more or less 10 days yan filing ng candidacies. Hiwa-hiwalay naman kasi yan, no? And then national yan, sa Manila na lahat ng filing yan.
Then I understand, wala pa tayong set na sistema, no? Whether gagamitin natin yung PCOS machine o magma-manual
Well, as of
counting.
now kasi,
Sa ngayon po, where are we?
As of now kasi pinag-aaralan pa rin yung kung anong gagamitin, but definitely magkakaroon tayo ng election. We will not we will have an election, but it's just a question of
And I think they're considering a new system even now. I
Yes.
read in the papers recently.
But the problem nga, yung new system
hybrid.
it's a hybrid which is being espoused by a former commissioner of COMELEC. Actually, tinest nila yan in Bacoor,
okay.
Cavite, just June 26.
Okay.
And actually, nagkaroon nga ng maraming problema.
So it may not be reliable.
So, kasi yung hybrid is parang, it's not really automated. Still,
It's not
it'll go back to
Okay,
manual.
okay.
But hindi naman yan ganun. Actually, hindi pa naman yan nagagamitin. It's just being studied.
In your case, personal level, I mean, what would you prefer?
I would
Like,
prefer,
would you prefer the hocus pocus or PCOS as they call it,
I
or the
will still
manual
prefer automated,
Automated.
Because honestly, it will make our jobs a lot easier. And kahit sa consensus din ng ating DepEd, yung mga teachers natin na sila naman talaga yung papatakbo ng election, and they would say na they
Malaking ginhawa pa rin,
ayaw
no?
nilang bumalik
Yes,
ng manual.
yes.
Ayaw nilang bumalik because sa 2 elections natin na automated, usually kinabukasan madaling araw after election,
Alam mo
tapos na
na
sila.
eh.
Easy na sila, tapos
Exactly.
na sila. Pag manual, abutin pa sila 1-2 araw, nagbibilang pa sila and everything. So,
I want to touch on ditong nasa batas natin. We'd like to get a good understanding dito po sa sinasabing premature campaigning. Ano yan, no? Naka-define ba yan sa Omnibus Election Code? Paano po ba yan? How can someone be considered to be engaging in premature campaigning?
yan yung isang parang naging problema ng COMELEC. Before kasi, I think that was in 2009, na-implement natin yan, yung premature campaigning. Kasi very simple lang yung definition yan.
Okay.
That is soliciting votes outside of the campaign period. That's the very simplest term na pwede mong gamitin. So if you are campaigning outside of the campaign period, ili ko na kaagad yan, premature campaigning na yan.
Present day situation. Okay, before present day situation, how do you define? So,
Yun yung pagkakon natin.
Definition
Yun yung
natin,
sinasabi natin. Any act which would constitute soliciting of votes or getting the support of the people so that they will vote for you, that is already campaigning.
But I understand now, dahil hindi ka pa naman registered,
yun yung naging kwan natin.
Yun ang problema
Noong 2009, naglabas kasi ang Supreme Court ng decision. It was a case in Surigao, I think. Sa case nito, it's Peñera versus COMELEC. Hindi ko na maalala yung exact title. But in this case kasi, they defined, parang essentially tinanggal na nila yung concept ng premature campaigning. In a sense na,
prior to registration period,
Yes,
you mean?
prior
But
to campaign.
after registration period,
kahit na.
meron na.
Ganito kasi yung naging definition na nila. Yung premature campaigning would only apply to candidates. That's how the Supreme Court would define it. It would apply to candidates. That's why if you are not
registered already, of course.
If you are not a candidate, kahit magkampanya ka na ngayon, you will not be charged for premature campaigning. That's why it's a problem for us because kung nakikita nyo na ngayon sa national TV, susulputan na lahat ng mga political ads. And we could not do anything about it because...
Although they're not soliciting votes really. They're just making their presence known.
But they're indirectly. What's the purpose? Kasi anong purpose na nandyan sila sa political ads sila?
Sa limelight.
But the problem is we could not hold them liable kasi hindi pa sila kandidato. That's our problem.
So pag naging kandidato, we can start counting and
That's
medyo
the only
bantayan ang kilos nila.
That's the only time you could actually enforce yung law against them. So, but they already...
What are the penalties sa ganyan?
It's an election offense. Ang premature campaigning is an election offense. It's punishable by imprisonment. a maximum of 6 years imprisonment. And if they are public officials na they could be barred to hold public office already. So yun yung natin.
Pero yun ano
medyo
dyan,
mahirap.
Okay, assuming nag-start na yung registration period, tapos meron meron yan grace period bago the campaign period. How will one be considered as campaigning prematurely? Kailangan ba literally yun? Halimbawa, pumupunta ako ng kasal, binyag, or what, imbitado ako, wala naman ako sinasabing vote for me.
Well, ang
But
naman,
sinasabi ko, pagdating ng eleksyon or some other way,
ang
ano
kasi,
ba yan? It has to be that those keywords na vote for me?
hindi
Or
naman, ang
ganun ba
campaigning kasi,
rigid yan? Okay.
ang yung sa term,
kinuha kong ninong, halimbawa, paano ba yan?
yung term, yung mga yun,
knows, I'm a registered candidate already.
yung mga pagninino, pag-attend sa kasal, binyag, essentially hindi yan bawal, kahit
Hindi yan
kandidato
bawal,
ka
of
na,
course,
hindi bawal.
exactly.
What makes it illegal is when you are there,
Okay.
is you do something which a person would interpret that you are soliciting for support,
Maybe
directly or directly. Not necessarily you say vote for me, no.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
can say to you, tulungan niyo ako. But that's not,
Okay.
I'm just saying, asking for help. Not necessarily as helping me in the election, but tulungan niyo ako,
tulungan niyo
ganito.
lang.
ganun.
That's not
That could
premature
still
campaigning.
that could still be interpreted as campaigning
That
because
could be.
indirectly you're
Okay.
soliciting for support.
Although walang minensyon na tulungan nyo kung
Manalo.
manalo, wala naman.
But
Sinabi
ito
na tulungan nyo
nagiging kuan natin is
Okay.
it has to be evaluated yung sa overall context niya, not necessarily. So
okay.
kaya nga usually pag may nagpa-file ng kaso or complaint against premature campaigning, it's very difficult to prove.
Yeah, oo.
Kasi you have to prove, not necessarily na nandyan yung kandidato in front of the public, may namimigay ng ganito, namimigay ng ganyan. It's not, that's
The mere act of giving, hindi rin yun. Doesn't constitute solicitation.
So you have to investigate or evaluate overall context. Kaya medyo mahirap. Until now, nahihirapan tayo mag-prosecute yan.
Nalinawan. In the past, meron ba kayong, has there been a case of successful prosecution?
Yes, but that was
Nagkaroon na ba?
before
Dito sa CAR? Or?
sa CAR, wala.
Wala. Okay.
But outside, marami. But that was before yung sa pagdesisyon ng Supreme Court noong 2009. Kasi yun nga sabi ko, very very easy to determine. Basta lumabas yung mukha mo outside of the campaign period, prosecute na sila. Ngayon, hindi na.
At least nalinawan natin yan. One more question. Ito pong naging alleged ballot tampering. Supposedly, dito nangyari yan. And there are certain high-profile personalities like Tingting Coangco and the former Congressman Vergara who've allegedly been accused of being behind it or having some involvement. Is your office involved in the investigation of this? Or
Yung itong regional office namin is not involved.
it's not involved.
Ang nag-investigate dito is our law department in our main office in Manila. Actually, sila ngayon umakyat dito noong May, I think May 28, to conduct the investigation. So, as of now, hindi namin pwedeng i-discuss. Actually, myself, I'm not familiar kung ano na talaga yung nangyayari. Because,
so wala kayong involvement
wala
yan?
kaming involvement.
Wala kayong participation in any
And
manner?
we cannot even
or-
discuss yung merits yan kasi
I don't want to
pending.
discuss that
So,
also. But you have jurisdiction over the ballots, the boxes.
The office of the
Ballot.
election officer of Baguio City together with the city treasurer's office.
Sila
Kasi ang
yan.
treasurer's office talaga ang may custody niyan. Lahat ng
custody.
ballots not only for Baguio.
Wala
kaming
kayong
hawak
access
na.
dyan.
Wala.
But you can check it out, you
Yes,
can
yes,
visit.
of course. Pero lahat naman nationwide, ang may hawak ng ballot boxes, yung mga nagamit na, yung containing pa lang yung mga official ballots. All of them are with the treasurers, municipal or city treasurers.
Sige po. Director Torres, parting shot.
Well, siguro ka na lang. Sa mga nanonood na hindi pa nakarehistro, sana magrehistro na. You have until October 31. And yung mga nakarehistro na pero hindi pa naman nakukunan ng biometrics, again, we suggest punta sana kayo sa ating mga opisina para naman makunan yung biometrics. So para makaboto rin kayo for next year. Because it's a very important election next year, presidential elections po. So we are anticipating mas marami po ang magpa-participate. As traditionally na na-experience natin, mas mataas ang turnout natin pag presidential elections. So, hopefully, we could accommodate all of them by October 31.
Well said, Director Torres po yan. Maraming salamat, Director Torres,
Thank you,
for your
thank
time.
you.
Thank you for having us. Till our next segment of Prangkahan Tayo, this is Freddy Fares. Maraming salamat. George Tiagninan, God bless.